Should you hire a coworker, friend, or a family member when selling your home? Let's dive into it. Number one, you got to remember that this is a very difficult decision because you need to distance yourself completely from the outcome, which is actually selling your home. So if you were to involve your friend or your coworker or somebody you knew close to you, there is an emotional connection, the same that you yourself are going through. So the best thing that I would recommend is not to go with anybody who you know in the family or somebody who's close to you, because you need a third party opinion which is completely detached of any kind of emotion except that they are hired to do their job. So let's delve into that again. First is the difficulty in detaching yourself from the outcome. When you put yourself out there to sell your home, or the decision to sell your home, the professional coming in should be able to advise you as to the price, as to the timing, as to the market conditions, and as to the actual final deadline of when you're actually going to get the money into your bank, at the same time handing over the keys to the new buyers. That's that's setting expectations that comes from the third party, especially if it is a realtor who's not involved with you emotionally, as in through a family member or a coworker or even a friend. So first thing, when you meet up with a realtor of your choice, is you ask the person for a net sheet. The net sheet breaks down how much you possibly going to get, how much is the outgoing funds to the, if you have a mortgage, the balance after paying the mortgage, the taxes, the local charges, the banking balances, and the commissions that are due to the realtor or the broker, and also the HOA dues, if at all anything has to be paid if you're part of the HOA. That gives you a clarity about how much you can actually net after all expenses are paid. Now, that has to be done very detached again, not connected to a person who is willing to, smooth talk you into making you feel good at all, because that's not what you want at that point. Now, the third thing is you got to keep in mind is discounting commission. When you work with somebody who you know personally, it becomes a very difficult and a more distasteful conversation, because you cannot ask for a discount. Because the second you ask for a discount, and the person who's working with you, who's probably going to spend a few months trying to guide you, prep the property for you, market the property for you, and eventually sell the property for you, doesn't want to let go of their income, because for you it is one house, but for the person who's selling it, it is their daily income if they're a full-time realtor. If they're not a full-time realtor, the danger is they do not have the experience in studying the market and front-loading the problems that come with the complexity of selling your home. And nobody knows your home like you do. So every time you are having this conversation with the person who's a coworker or a family member, they have had or partook with you the emotional side, like having dinner or breakfast or any party at home. They have an emotional attachment to your home too, and they will not be in a position to completely give you an honest opinion, not their fault, but they cannot give you an honest opinion on discounting their commission. Now, the part two of that point is, if they're easily willing to discount their commission, now the next thing that you got to ask is, why are they so easily accepting in discounting their commission? Because if they're not hard enough or good enough or skilled enough to negotiate their own commission, imagine what happens in the larger marketplace when every single buyer out there wants a discount on your home price. Think about it. So it's best to work with a seasoned agent, realtor, who has no emotional attachment to the outcome, accept that the person wants to do the best for you on your behalf. That is to net you the highest amount of money in the shortest amount of time, uh, and and do it the most professional way. I hope this helps you. Reach me anytime. 510-374-2264. Robbie Thomas.